Hello Warrior Trades, my name is Jamie and in this episode we're going to be creating your company vision. If you followed our last episode, then you should have some core values in place and written down and a purpose statement which should give you a really good feeling about who your company is and how you're going to be serving your customers. But now it's time to get into creative mode. We're going to put our entrepreneurial hat back on and we're going to start thinking about who we are in 3 years' time. What company are we? Have we grown? What services are we doing? How much money are we making? All of these things. Because if you don't have a vision, then where are you going? You know, you're probably going around in circles and you're probably going around in these circles really quickly thinking that you're achieving something when really all you're doing is creating more work for yourself, really. You know, you see the same faces in the merchants all the time. And you know, I can think of one guy in particular. I haven't seen him for a couple of years. I bumped into him. It's like, oh, hey, how you doing? Good to see ya. What's new? How you getting on with business? And it's our same old, you know, still in the stress, still slugging it out. And it's because he hasn't got a vision. He doesn't know where he's going or what he's doing. He's just doing and doing, thinking he's getting somewhere. Now, I don't want to be like him, coming up to retirement age, still on my hands and knees fitting boilers. That's not part of my vision. It might be yours, I don't know, but what we're going to do is we're going to create this vision so that we can then reverse engineer it back to today and set some goalposts. You know, it's going to create a destination for us to get to. It's like if you're driving somewhere in particular, you have your destination, you map out your route and you get there in the fastest route possible. If you don't, then you're probably going to go the long way and you're going to make mistakes and just go around here and there, and eventually you might get there, you know. But we need to change the way that we're doing things, and we're going to do that by having some actionable steps which we can follow month by month to achieve our vision. Okay, so where do we start? Let's have a look at that.
You are a man of action. You took control of your life. You graft. You hustle. You make things happen. You are building an empire to secure your family's future. You, my brother, are a warrior.
So the first place to start is work out how far into the future you want your vision to be. So I found 3 years to be a good number. You might want to do 5 years or less if you want to, but I find that the shorter the time period, the less you can achieve. So I found 3 years to be a happy number for me. 5 years was a bit too long. It didn't really motivate me as well because it's like, I'll just do that tomorrow, it's fine, I've got loads of time. So I would recommend 3 years. I'd also recommend forgetting about who your company is today. There might be a lot of things working in your company, but there might be a lot of things that aren't working in your company. And don't focus on them, you know, don't think about, oh, well, this isn't really working for me today. How can I fix that? Let's forget about your company. Let's imagine the company that you want to be. There might be companies in your area that you aspire to be. You look at them and you think, what a great business. I wish my business was like that. If that's the case, imagine what they're doing that you're not doing and get that written down in your vision. You've got to make sure that it has your core values in it. It has to be about what makes you happy and in what way it's going to be serving you at the end of the day. And remember, this isn't something that is set in stone. Your vision is something that you need to look back on every now and again. See, are we still in line with this vision? Are we achieving this vision? Is it something that we're going to change? You know, there's market changes all the time. There's something that's going on in the industry. Might be a new piece of technology, something along those lines that make you think, actually, I want to take advantage of this. So this thing that we had in our vision, we can get rid of, and let's bring this in and just change it. So don't worry too much about getting this to be perfect today. Let's just think about getting something written down. If you've got something written down, you're already ahead of most of your competition. So let's just forget about everything, be creative. Get out there, get into a nice place like a park or something and just sit and have a think about, jot a few things down about where you're going to be. Now we wanted to make this as easy for you as possible, so we created 5 questions for you to answer, which should hopefully open your mind to the things that you should have in your vision. Okay. Now when I was creating my vision, it took me ages. I went through about 4 or 5 drafts trying to figure out whether it was the right one for me. So I've looked at my vision and establish what sort of basics should be in there, and then you can elaborate on that all you want. So let's have a look at these questions. So the first question is, what sort of customers do you want to work with? So have a think about what type of customer, okay? Are you going to just be focusing on commercial work? Are you going to be looking at business to business? What sort of businesses are you going to be working with, and why do they value your company? Same with the private sector. You know, what type of customer do you want to work with? I know it's easy to say I want to work with the rich, but it's not so clear as that. Okay, you need to understand what they value in the business or the company that they're going to be working with. Is it just going to be all about price? And I find it's not the best thing to do. You don't want to be competing on price all the time. So you want to be seeking out customers who value your service, your professionalism, your honesty, all of these things that add value to your company, which would justify you being a little bit more expensive. So we want to create a profile so that later down the line, when we're looking at this in more detail, you have a good idea about who it is that you want to work with. All right, so question 2, what services do you plan to provide to your customers, and why is your company going to be different from the rest? When I did mine, I wanted to make our customers' lives as easy as possible. So by doing that, we established that we wanted to have service plans in place so that they could just pay a monthly direct debit to cover their costs for a service. We wanted to have finance options available to them so that they could, if their boiler broke down and they didn't have the funds available, they can get finance, and we could offer that under our sort of company basically. We wanted to make sure that they could book things online, so they could book an appointment online without having to ring us and whatever. They could do it when it suited them. We wanted to keep them informed about any changes that were going on and be as transparent as possible, and make sure they understood our pricing and made it as easy as possible to pay us. So these are the sort of things that I had in my company vision. So that's something that you might want to consider. All right, let's have a look at this third question. So how big is your company going to be? How much profit are you going to be making? How are you going to track this? You know, the financial side of things is something that a lot of people get scared of, but obviously it's really important to have this written down as well. So you've got some targets and some KPIs, some KFIs to work with. You know, maybe it's not that important for you to grow your business right now. Okay, maybe it might just be that you want to have a much more streamlined process, but just consider that. Okay, write down a few facts and figures about what it is that you want to be achieving. Okay, do you want to increase your turnover and your profit by X amount? Just give yourself goalposts on the financial side of things. Right, so like I said, yeah, you might not want to grow your company, but if you do decide to grow your company and grow a team, which is ultimately my goal, is to have the team below me to be able to create some freedom for myself. Like I said, I don't want to be in the merchants when I'm 55, 60. You know, I want to be in a more comfortable place, basically. So you need to work out what sort of people you want to be working with. Similar to a customer profile, what is it about that person that will make them a good fit for you? It's basically going to be honoring your core values as a company. And then question 5, what sort of marketing are you going to be doing? Do you just want to be running off word of mouth? Do you want to have some referral schemes in place so that, you know, you're encouraging your customers to give you feedback and to share your name with all of their friends and family, some sort of incentive? Or do you want to be doing YouTube videos or Facebook marketing or something like that? Just get that in place so that you've got it there written down. It might not be something you're doing today, but it might be something that you plan to do in the future. So we can kind of get a marketing strategy written down in there as well. So that's pretty much it with the 5 questions. So have a look at them and write them down. Go somewhere nice and chilled so that you can really open your mind to all of this sort of stuff. So let's have a look at our next stage. So is there a perfect company vision? I don't think there is. There's always something you can add to it and some improvements to be made, but this is your first draft of your company vision. So don't focus too much on perfection. Just focus on getting some stuff on paper. The fact that you've got something on paper like I said, means that you're already ahead of your competition. And the fact that you've got something on paper means you've got a destination to work towards. So don't worry about perfection, all right? It's just one of them things that's going to evolve over time. But if you're still struggling with creating this vision and you want some inspiration, I'm happy to share my vision with you. Just get in touch and, you know, I can share it with you just to give you an idea of what it is that my vision is trying to achieve. So that's it from me today, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed that and this is giving you enough information to get this vision written down. And next step is going to be an interesting one. We have a few different places to go, but I think most importantly, we want to focus on the smaller companies who are one-man bands and try and free up some time for them. So we're going to be looking at time management and leveraging. All right, so look out for the next episode, guys. If you're not a part of our community on Facebook, get involved. It's Warrior Trades. Search for us on Facebook, request to join, and obviously we'll add you to that group. It's full of like-minded businessmen who just want to do better in business. Thanks again, guys. My name's Jamie. You've been listening to Warrior Trades, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.
You have been listening to Warrior Trades Podcast, a place for trade business owners to learn, earn, and grow. Be the warrior.